Hello everybody, this is Di, Antinatalist, and I'm at Mission Point Lighthouse, and this is a beach just off to the side of the lighthouse, and this is one of our beautiful Great Lakes. I am in, what city is this? Traverse City. So anyway, it's outside of Traverse City, Michigan, and I found the coolest rock. I was looking yesterday for Petrovsky. It's a fossil, and I actually found one today. So this is a fossil, and it's really obvious when you get it wet and in the sunlight. Let's see if you can see that. So anyway, it's a fossil, and it's ancient, and I was really lucky to find this little treasure. But I have a video today, and I'm just going to leave my flyer on the beach because somebody will read this flyer, and it's a passive way to educate people. So I'm going to be talking about cognitive dissonance, and I did not create this this saying. This is a very good description of cognitive dissonance. And this is the lighthouse. I'm probably going to project over here for the video. But I wish I could take credit for this definition of cognitive dissonance. But here goes. This is why people get upset and threatened when their beliefs are challenged. A mental conflict occurs when beliefs are contradicted by new information. This conflict activates areas of the brain involved in personal, identity, and emotional response to threats. The brain's alarms go off when a person is threatened on a deeply personal and emotional level, causing them to shut down and disregard any rational evidence that contradicts what they previously regarded as truth. So I really can't sum up anything any better, and that was presented to me on Facebook as a meme. So I'm just going to go along the beach side here, and it would be lovely if another Petrovsky rock just kind of like popped out at me. Some of them look like Petrovsky, but let me show you again what it looks like. It looks like honeycomb. So, of course, these pieces come in really large segments of stone, and they can be polished. And a lapidary would probably, collect bigger pieces. Yeah, that one's really cool. There's just so many different rocks and colorful stones here. There's another. These. That's just an example. Anyway, the lighthouse is actually closed, but I'm gonna walk up the steps here. This looks like a grapevine. There's vineyards all over this area, and unfortunately, they don't have wine tastings because of COVID. I don't know why they would have anything to do with it, because they are serving wine. They're serving wine in flights, but of course the flights cost money, so they're kind of dodging dodging the truth by admitting to the COVID virus as preventing them from serving tastings, which is bullshit. They're just milking the COVID virus and saving money on wine tastings. It's just really sad, isn't it? Every time I see families and kids, I just think so much harm is going to be confronting them in their lifetime.
There's so much sorrow and pain and suffering that awaits them.
Yeah.
And it'll all end with decay and death.
Yeah, the children will always decay and die.
You can get cancer, you can get run over by a car, you can develop mental illnesses, you can end up homeless. You may even get COVID and get hooked up to a respirator. Like, the amount of harms are endless. And you might just realize that life is, meaningless, and you might just fall into just states of sorrow and just all sorts of pain.
And you might even commit suicide because of your anguish. Your parents may even die before you reach your teenage years. And, your parents, they could even commit suicide. Like the chef.
Anthony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain. His daughter was 11.
And leave her with much money.
Yeah, I was actually looking at one of his cookbooks, and Anthony Bourdain had an 11-year-old daughter, and people assumed that he was very, very rich because of his restaurants and because of his book writings and his authorship. And no, actually, he had about $1 million that he left to his daughter. So life is always harm. Don't breed and don't reproduce, because you will regret it.
Not only will you regret it, but your children will also be really, really harmed by it, and they will regret the imposition that you've given them.
And your child will sooner than later realize that basically they were just a product of your fucking.
Of your momentary 3-second orgasm.
Your momentary 3-second orgasm. Cum shot, yeah.
You're suffering because of your dad's cum shot.
Yeah. This is really cool.
This is a really cozy log house from 1850.
This made a great little historic video, didn't it,
Yeah.
Alex?
And we're going to go inside now and leave some pamphlets regarding
Yes.
antinatalism.
Yes, we're going to leave some.
So all the visitors get a chance to
Wait, put one in here. There's just so many creative opportunities to educating, and in life, in your lifetime. If you don't make a difference, then you really.
These are the pretty pamphlets that Diane made, and it sums everything up nicely. And we'll put one in here.
I mean, if you don't make a difference in your lifetime, then you really haven't progressed, and you haven't accomplished anything. And I did a video. I don't know if it's posted yet. I'm having a hard time on vacation sometimes without Wi-Fi. Things don't get posted at a timely manner, but if you don't accomplish something in life and educate at least the next generation, then you haven't made a difference. So this is the cool log cabin, and it is original, as you can if you read the platform outside. That's a great place. That's really. Hey,
You want to pick one?
here.
You want to pick one in there?
Yeah. So this is, I know this because my grandmother talked about feather beds, but this is actually a feather bed. Now, it's not genuine. It's a replica. It's probably a modern day replica. You could probably get one at Bed Bath & Beyond, but it's full of feathers. So poor critters, they were just plucked alive and probably boiled alive, and who knows. But it's a feather bed, and that's what people mean when they talk about.
There's a funny snore in here.
Yeah. Oh, this is a great place for.
So this is a holy Bible, but we should put some antinatalist messages in there because the Bible does promote antinatalism.
Yeah, the Bible has many verses. One is in Matthew and another is Ephesians. And should we go with this? Yeah. So
But all in all, this is a very cool spot, and there's a lot of cool stuff to see.
And yeah, it smells like cedar or something. I think they might have even put like a cedar oil in the building to make it like the aroma very intense. Now I don't know what this is, but over here they have like an area where you can push a button and hear, you know, details of what the what's in this the log cabin. But I think this is for baking bread. I can't be for certain, but it looks like in the old stove, you would put your bread or, you know, something on this stone and bake it.
Show all the saws and stuff.
And they used to heat irons. People probably know that, but people used to heat the iron on the stove.
The sled is pretty cool too.
Yeah, the sled is really cool. And another thing, they used to have a curling iron, a Marcel curling iron. Most of you women probably don't know what a Marcel curling iron is unless you're a hairdresser. Marcel is it clamps stronger than the typical curling iron that you just get, you know, at Target or something. So Marcel is kind of hard to use unless you were trained like in, you know, beauty school, cosmetology school or something. But the Marcel irons were placed on the stove, and they would and they would heat, you know, clamp the hair and make curls. Marcel curling irons were very, very tiny, unlike the big curling irons of today. Here's another opportunity. I mean, there's so many opportunities for antinatalist witnessing in your country too, not just my country. And, you know, antinatalism needs a bigger voice. We need the loudest voice of all, right? And it's actually the smallest voice. And people are timid about talking about it, even their child-free status. I really hate like pet owners that don't know what they're doing. When these are bigger, artists actually use this fungus to paint on, and it's always on a decaying piece of wood. But they get really, really hard. When they get big, these things get really, really hard. These aren't very good for painting or for crafts. But so many people just don't know basic dog obedience. But you know, it's a willingness to want to be educated, because I knew basic dog obedience in like 1992, because I was taking a lot of formal classes, even at PetSmart, just anywhere you can get, even just pick up a book or just read basic commands for your dog and basic obedience. But I just see people today, and this is so many years later, and people are just so ignorant. People are just so slow to learn, and they actually refuse education of any. They refuse to change their doctrine and their mindsets. And, you know, antinatalism is just something so far-fetched for people, and it offends them greatly. So their cognitive dissonance, you know, and their support of family, natalism, church, religion, just overcomes their ability to even accept a different philosophy, a truthful philosophy, and a powerful philosophy, and an altruistic philosophy. So I think that's about all of the video. This is a beautiful little trail. I really recommend that this place, this lighthouse mission point. Thank you for watching.